Hello, forex trading enthusiasts. Hello, potential forex traders. I just want to do this quick recording. I want to do this quick recording because I have um, other videos I'm supposed to upload on YouTube, which I'm yet to. But I just want to make this quick one, just to add this right. So right, I actually took a multiple buy on volatility 10. I took a multiple buy on volatility 10. I just want to quickly talk about why I took this buy. Right, the reason I took this buy is simple. I took this buy as a result of the bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. I took this buy as a result of the bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, like you can see. Right. I took this buy as a result of this engulfing candlestick pattern. Right, right. So I just when I spotted the engulfing candlestick pattern, when immediately the bullish one, the bullish candlestick closed, I took multiple buys accordingly. And I have placed a stop loss underneath. So I'm just gonna let this run for a bit. I'm gonna close this as at 1:2 anyways. Well, I'm just leaving the TP open accordingly, but I'll close it manually at 1:2. Now, fingers crossed. I'm just gonna see what the price is gonna do. I've done my bit. I've spotted um, a reversal signal, and I've taken my trade accordingly. Now it's left for the market to do its part. Right, I'm not going to push this. I'm not going to push the market. It's not my doing. It's not going to be my doing to push the market. I don't have the equity to do that, but I believe that once I spot this signal, um, price gonna go my way most often. So my job is to take the adequate risk management procedures and keep my fingers crossed and see what becomes of this. Now I'm gonna pause this recording right now. I'm just gonna pause this recording right now to resume later, so we'll all see the outcome together accordingly. Right, I'm gonna pause this recording to resume later, so then we can see the outcome together accordingly. Right, so I'm looking for the market, the price. I'm expecting the price to buy, right, to buy and break this previous high. I'm expecting it to buy to break this previous high, right, the previous point. Right, I'm expecting it to break, to go higher than that point. Expecting price to go higher than this whole point, right? So fingers crossed, Let's see how that's gonna happen. Let's see how that is gonna happen. I'm just gonna cross my fingers and allow the market do its bit. Right, I'm gonna pause this trade now to resume later, so the recording wouldn't be that large accordingly. Right, thank you so much. If you're new to this channel, if it's your first time seeing my videos, I urge you to subscribe to my channel. I also urge you to click on the notification bell by the side, so you would always get notified each time I upload a video. Right, I promise my videos are always going to be educative. I'm not going to be showing you lifestyles. I'm not going to show you forest lifestyle. I'm not going to show you Lamborghini or Mercedes Benz and co. All I'll be showing you is how to take profitable entries and maximize profits, how to become consistently profitable in the forex market. So that's all I'll be showing you. I wouldn't be showing you lifestyles. I wouldn't be showing you anything. I would never sell you any ebook. I would never sell you any course. All I'll be doing here is to show you live trades to educate you that if you actually follow my, if you actually copy me from the shoulder, you can also become as consistently profitable as I am. So that's the goal. My goal is to fast track every forex trading enthusiast into becoming a profitable trader, as you quest. Right, thank you very much. I'm going to pause this and resume in a bit. Thank you. So we'll all see how the market will respond to my entry. We'll all see if I'm right or not. We'll all see. Only time now will tell. Thank you. Like, hello, fellow traders. This is the trade. I'm still holding this trade. We can see why I entered this trade was because of the bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, right? Entered this trade because of the bullish engulfing candlestick patterns. And so I also have some additional confluences why I took this entry, right? So I took this entry because of the bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, because I believe that the price was going to buy. I believe the price was going to buy. Right, but we can see what is actually, how the market is actually looking like, right? We can see what the atmosphere of the market is looking like, right? So the thing is, what we should know is, most often whenever there is a bullish engulfing pattern, the market tends to play with our psychology by printing a negative looking candlestick, or one or two negative print looking candlestick. Like for instance, we're looking at the price going um, up, going northwards, but more like the market wants to make us feel that our analysis is wrong. The market then this is more rampant by the market. It's just a trick to make you feel that your analysis is wrong. So norms, what I actually did while all of these candlesticks were forming and price was retracing, I actually took some additional entries. You can see I took some additional entries at this bottom. Right, this will help me also take some unfair advantage over the market. Right, so you can see I took additional entries. I took entries here at the formation of this candle. I took entries here too at the formation of this candle. At the close of this candle, I took these two entries. At the close of this candle, I've also taken two entries here accordingly, right? And I've placed my stop losses at around the same levels. I've placed my stop losses around the same level, right? So I just took and placed a position the TP right around the psychological level, right? So at least some of the trades will close when price gets to this level, to this top, right? Because I believe that price will break the previous top though, but I just placed some TP for some of the entries around there. So if price is able to, once price is able to reach this point, once price is able to reach this point, some of the trades should close accordingly, right? And you're going to take some profits accordingly, right? So I'm still holding this trade, fingers crossed. Right at this point, your psychology is what you need right at this point, because just like I always said, trading is a dry process. It requires long um, waiting. You just need to learn how to wait. You need to learn how to wait for your setups, and after you've actually seen your setups and you've taken positions, you also need to wait for your positions to manifest into profit, right? If you're unable to wait, you just lose out of the market accordingly, probably checking out and close too soon. That is what most new traders face. That is what they experience. That is because of fear, panic, and all of that. But well, I believe that the price is going to buy, because I've spotted this bullish engulfing pattern, and I've been able to look at the trend of the market. I've been able to see that okay, the market has been making some higher highs accordingly. So I'm willing to take the risk and hold this trade and see what becomes of it accordingly. Right, I'm going to pause this video here and resume in a bit. So let's see how this will eventually turn out. Thank you. Hello, forex trading enthusiasts. Hello, potential forex traders. So you can see what the chart looks like. You can see what the chart looks like. Right, the trade hasn't made any progress yet, but each time it went deep, each time price went deep, right? I took an entry. Now the point is why I actually decided to take an entry on this trade is because of this bullish engulfing candlestick, right? As I actually chose to take an entry on this trade, I was actually anticipating that probably 2 to 3 candlesticks price was going to go my way accordingly, right, as speculated. But however, we can see that price has been consolidating along, but positively I feel, because the point is I've seen a signal. You seeing a signal, following your strategy doesn't mean price is going to go your way immediately with the speed of time, with the speed of light. No, but the point is only time will tell. What a signal means to me is that price is going to go my way sooner or later, so it doesn't have to be immediate. That is why trading implies waiting. Trading implies long hours of waiting, because like you can see for the past several hours, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, you can see what price has been doing, just consolidating around the zone, right? Well, I'm positive that with my this setup and with what price is doing right now, it is even um, giving more, is making the trade setup stronger, is making the trade setup stronger because price is respecting my psychological zone. It's respecting this trend line, right? I connected. Price is quite respecting it, right? And you can see where I position my Excel, right? So in as much as I have not closed my trade and I have not, my trade hasn't hit stop loss, I haven't lost money yet, right? I haven't lost yet, right? The point is, price, it's gonna play around its zone. That is why it's good to follow the rule of thumb whenever you're placing your stop loss, so that price, the market will have enough space to breathe, to move around in case it wants to make any retracement whatsoever. It's gonna have enough space to do that, right? So this is where my stop loss is, and these are several entries I have taken because positive, kind of positive about this trade. The the more price is consolidating, it is even further giving, it's further giving me some concrete setups, like some concrete high probability setups that also implies that the market is going to go north. All right, so the point is, now it's following the right trading psychology. I have to wait. I have to wait because I know how trading works. Trading, it's a very long process of waiting. You need to learn how to wait when you're trading, right? If you don't know how to wait, a lot of times you close your trade prematurely out of panic. But well, I'm not closing this trade out of panic. I'm going to hold this trade, and I am positive that the market will go my way. I'm positive that the market will go my way. So presently I've gotten two TPs. I've taken two TPs already. I've taken TP1 and TP2, right? Two TPs. So for the trades I took here, so this is this TP for them. For the ones I have here, this is the TP for them. I even left some of the trades open, which I would close at 1 is to when price gets to 1 is to 2, right? I'm going to close it at 1 is to 2 risk to reward ratio. But however, I placed it to take profit positions around here because I'm expecting that price will actually hit this point, right? Sooner or later. So once price reaches this point, I want some of the profits, some of the trades to close in profit, and when price gets to this point, some of the trades should close in profit, right? So I'm positive about it. I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to pause this video now, and I'll further make recordings to show you the progress when things start moving accordingly, right? So I'm sure you're learning a thing or two about trading. Isn't just about your trading strategy, it also implies you balancing your strategy with psychology. And also, do not forget risk management too, right? You need to have the right trader psychology, and you need to learn how to apply risk management to your trades accordingly, because that is where you would actually start being consistent in terms of profit making. Right, so I'm going to pause this trade now to resume later. If you're new to this channel, I urge you to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you always get my videos each time I post them. Also, do well to like this video. It just helps this channel being to be shared by YouTube algorithm amongst other potential traders, because it just means that okay, what we are doing here is quite educative, and many other people will be interested in it. So it's just going to help YouTube algorithm to share it around, so accordingly. So let's do that. Let's click on the like button, continue liking. You can also comment, probably tell me you could actually ask some questions. Maybe you need some clarity. However, you could ask some questions, and probably you might get some feedback from me accordingly. Right, so I'm going to pause here and to resume later. I'm positive about this, but my fingers are crossed. I'm crossing my fingers and expecting price to go accordingly. Right, so I'm just going to wait and see how everything turns out, and I'm going to keep you abreast with it accordingly. Thank you. All right, fellow trading enthusiasts, hello forex traders, right? Hello potential forex traders. This is the outcome of the trade. We can see how the trade looks, how it eventually ended, right? So like I explained yesterday, we can see that it took several hours from where I took my entry. This was where I took my entry. I took the entry, my very first entry, because of the bullish engulfing, because of this bullish engulfing pattern here. That was why I took my entry. Looking through the past years, you're going to see that the that it's a critical zone. It's a critical zone here. It's a psychological zone here because where when I drew the trend line to connect all the other points, you can see that the trend line, the this candlestick was formed was formed around where the trend line is, right? Candlestick actually touched the trend line, so which means that this trend line was seen as a critical support area accordingly, right? So that makes it a critical zone. This is a support area. It's more like a diagonal support here. So when this bullish engulfing was printed, I took my first entries accordingly and I positioned my stop loss underneath, right? So usually, like I said, whenever a bullish engulfing pattern, an engulfing pattern shows up, the next candlesticks, particularly the next candlestick per se, or would actually print negative candlesticks. That's just the way of the market to kind of want to tell you that maybe your decision is wrong, your entry decision is wrong, to make you close out of panic, right? But eventually price will eventually go your way. So every time a negative looking candlestick shows up, I'm expecting a bullish candle, right, to show up to tell that price will buy. But instead negative candlesticks kept showing up, right? So each time a bearish candlestick showed up, I took more entries. Each time the price kept dipping, each time the price went deep, I took more entries accordingly. So right, so of course I kept taking entries. Each time the price dipped, I took more entries accordingly, because I was positive that the market was going to buy, right? So of course I went to bed, of course, and I placed all of my parameters before I slept. Like I said, price was going to break this top, and you can see what price has already done. The top has already been broken, like speculated. The top has already been broken. This previous level has already been broken, and you can see what price did accordingly. So of course, this is trading for you. Of course, this is trading for you, so you can see that right now all of my TPs have already been struck, right? So like I just left few of the trades without TP. Like I said, I was going to close at around 1:2, right? But I feel this might just be the right level for me to say bye bye to this trade, close and wait for another entry. I just want to close and wait for another entry because I'm seeing, I feel, you just need to know when to pay yourself, right? Pay yourself. I'm just going to pay myself. I'm going to close all of these positions. I'm going to do them from my computer and close all of them. So this trade will be done and dusted already, right? So you see, psychology is knowing how to wait, having the right traders. Psychology means you having a positive mentality. You've already known your entries. Once you spot your entries, you take your trade accordingly. Then you cross your fingers, let the market do its bit. Let the market do its bit. Place your stop loss at the right level, following the rule of thumb. For those of you following my mentorship classes, I said the rule of thumb is a level where you set your stop loss. So it's only going to be struck only when your analysis is wrong, right? When your entire analysis is wrong. So you can see where I position my stop loss accordingly, right? And you can see that price has actually been going my way after all, right? So my TPs have already been struck, so I'm planning to close these ones now, even if I anticipated to close them in 1:2. So I'm going to close these trades now, and we'll call it a day on this particular trade, on this particular entries. We'll just call it a day on these entries, right? So and I'll wait for additional entries to actually milk the market some more, right? So we can actually see what that the analysis wasn't wrong after all. So I speculated the market was going to buy, the market was going to go northwards after the bullish engulfing showed up, right? Even if the price went deep, I kept buying the dip, I kept buying each of the dip accordingly, right, until price eventually went my way. So that is how trading is being done. I'm sure you can actually replicate this. If you follow me, copy me by the shoulder, you can actually gain this kind of consistency. You can actually gain this kind of consistency. Yeah. So it's about having the right trader psychology, knowing that once you've made a trading decision, you hardly be wrong. Right? Once you've made the right trading decisions, you hardly be wrong. So no matter how much price played, like if I count, you'll see that it took after my first entries, after the bullish engulfing candlestick showed up here, and I took my very first entry, you can see how many hours it took price. Each of this is a 1 hour time frame, so it took price like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, right, 9 hours before price started going my way. So how many of you can wait for this long to before you start seeing your profit, right? How many of you can wait for this long before you start seeing your profit, right? So having a strategy, winning strategy isn't just it doesn't end in you having a winning strategy. It ends in you being ready to wait, being able to wait for your strategy to manifest into reality, right? So psychology is one of the major aspect of forex trading. Winning strategy without psychology equals to losing trades, because you're going to close trades prematurely. Like you see, if you don't have the right trader psychology, you might have already closed these trades around there. You can see how many hours it took: 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. After 9 hours, that is when price started going my way, like you can see. So you might have even closed your trade out of panic already. So let's see the profit so far from yesterday. Let's see the profits from yesterday and see how much I actually secured from yesterday. Alright, so these are the profits from yesterday already. I still have some of the trades running which I have not closed. I still have this one's running which I have not closed, right? So probably once I close them, now I should be having more than this. I will be definitely having more than this. Let's see. Right, so this is how trading is done. Trading is not gambling. You just know how to exercise psychology, and you know how to play risk management, know how to apply risk management in all you do. Once you can do that, right? So I'm closing about, all right, so let me close 2 of the positions open. I'm closing like 2 of them. I will leave the other ones to get to my preferred. All right, so I've just closed 2. So the entries from yesterday has already given me today has already earned me 1,000 plus, has already earned me 1,000 plus, right? So this is trading. This is how trading is being done. I'm sure you can actually replicate this. So you can see all blue, right? Trade is quite on fire. So I'm gonna leave this other entry and probably close at 1:2. I'm just gonna push my stop loss upwards. I'm gonna push my stop loss upwards. So and just lock. All right. I'm gonna call this a day here. I'm just gonna extend my stop loss and call this a day. This trade is already done and dusted. It's done already. So I'm sure you can actually see how it played out. you can all see how these positions played out. So this is how trading is being done. Just follow the rules, and play by the rules, and you find yourself winning consistently. Alright, I'm sure you've actually learned a thing or two. If you can actually replicate this, if you can actually replicate my trading setups, you know what I look out for when before I take entries. If you can also replicate my psychology, my trading psychology, knowing how to wait for all of these trades to manifest, and if you can actually follow the right money management, right, you find yourself being a winning trader, being able to balance between these three things, then you find yourself being consistently profitable accordingly. All right, so let's call this a day. Let's wrap this up. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. Do well to click at the notification button so you will never miss my signals. You will never miss any videos I put up. Also do well to like each video you watch, so it will just help YouTube tag the video as important, so they could also share it across other YouTubers, particularly those that will be interested in learning how to trade forex accordingly, right? So we can all win. Your winning wouldn't stop my winning. That is the truth, right? So like I said, I'm not showing you lifestyle. I'm not going to show you lifestyle. I'm going to show you results. I'm going to show you how, if you follow the rules, you can actually make your own profits accordingly. So this is it in front of you. You can actually see how I waited. I took you through the steps of this trade, how I waited for all of these things to accomplish, and eventually it's in front of us now. All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.